which
is?
sounds, yeah, it's a word in Hebrew. It's not even a name.
Kavana.
Kavana. Yeah, it's from kavana.
Oh, like
intention.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But some rabbi told me once, like it also means like joy of life. So I was like, okay, perfect.
Real quick.
Oh my God, I love it.
All right.
Yeah. So her Chinese Jewish heritage is because it sounds very Tao, right? You know?
Very.
Yeah.
I love it. Yes, we're ready.
When you're ready.
Welcome to the Dr. Nina Show here on Focus TV Network. I'm your host, Dr. Nina Savell Rockland, and I am so excited to have Mona Dan here in the studio with us. Mona is an acupuncturist. She's the owner of V Healing in Beverly Hills. She is a practitioner of traditional Oriental medicine, and she helps people heal from the inside out. Welcome, Mona.
Hi, good to see you.
Good to see you. So tell us, why does acupuncture help? How is it that sticking needles in your body can change how you feel?
So it's a nervous response. That's what we're working on, just the nervous system. And what happens is anytime a foreign object is invading your body, which in this case it's a stainless steel needle, your nervous system wakes up to attack it. But that process is healing. So what happens is we have two parts to our nervous system. We have the sympathetic, which excites us, and we have the parasympathetic that relaxes us. In day-to-day life, what happens is our sympathetic is so revved up that we're in fight-flight mode, and the parasympathetic that helps us process things just shuts down, because it's like, anything I say, you just shut me down. Like I'm like, okay, you're hungry. You're like, no, not now. Or your body signals, okay, let's go to the restroom, and
Bad timing.
Bad timing. We don't have time. So throughout days and years and life and work and family and, you know, struggle and good and bad, our parasympathetic that's supposed to process food, emotions, just natural bodily functions kind of starts getting the shutdown. And it kind of goes and takes the back seat. And the parasympathetic, which is in fight-flight mode, takes the front seat. So acupuncture, once the needles invade the body, what happens is both the nervous systems wake up. The one that's too excited is like, oh, I'm doing too much here, I need help. So it relaxes and almost like holds the hand of the parasympathetic, the processing mode, to kind of be like, okay, let's wake up, you have some work here to do too. So the body starts getting scanned, and you're able to see, is there inflammation, how is like the stomach functioning, the spleen, the liver, and through that process you start healing from within.
Makes a lot of sense to me. Now, the question that most people have when they haven't had acupuncture is, those are needles, do they hurt?
So I want to first say, as a little girl, I always wanted to be a doctor of some sort, but I always said I want to have nothing to do with needles. And it just so happens all I do is deal with needles. And needles of acupuncture are hair thin. They're not like intradermal needles where they're hollow and they can draw blood or fluids in. They're very different. And since they're hair thin, they have very minimal effect on pain receptors. They kind of just slide in and kind of get missed. So most of the time you don't feel anything. Sometimes there's certain points on the body that you can feel something, but it's easy to warn the patient, like, okay, this might be a little painful or you might feel something, but in general, no. You just lay there, get the needles in, and just truly relax.
Okay, so I thought it's one thing to say, hey, it doesn't hurt, no worries, it's fine. It's another thing to show it doesn't hurt. So I thought I would be your patient for the next few minutes, and you're gonna put some needles in my ear.
Yes.
And let's just, see what that feels like and how it looks. And I think I'm gonna show everyone out there that, hey, you know what? It's really not something to be scared of.
Yeah. So one thing I want to talk about with the ear really quickly is the ear is a microsystem. So every point of the ear has a nervous connection to the body. What happens is once we needle, you have pretty much nervous endings that stimulate pain reflex centers of the brain, and the reflex centers of the brain connect to the rest of the body to send signals. If you need healing, there's like healing signals, anti-inflammation signals, just a release of chemicals and hormones to relax the body. So
Well, I've had way too much coffee today, so I need some relaxation.
Okay, let's do some relaxation.
Counterattack.
Okay, we'll do relaxation
Okay.
and we'll do some, just like a little nervous reset, and you could tell me how you feel with it.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, great.
So first we're gonna swab the ears. And we're gonna start. So I like to look for any redness or dryness. That kind of indicates what's going on. And like I said, each point of the ear has a nervous relationship to the body. So it gives us information. So this is the main point for relaxation. First point.
Oh, that didn't hurt at all.
All right.
Mm-mm.
This point is called point 0. This is like the nervous system reset point. And usually we do this laying down, so the needles don't have to fight against gravity. And then we'll do a heart point, kind of to just relax the heart. And we'll do a point for the sympathetic nervous system as well. And is there anything you want to work on in specific? Any points of?
So you said that other parts of your body are reached through your ear. What about like pain in your wrist?
So your wrist. Okay, so we're going to look right over here, and there's actually some redness. So we'll just needle right into that little point of redness. And that's it.
Okay. Now it's interesting. That one I felt it going in. Like that one, like I wouldn't say hurt. Like hurt would be too. It's not painful. I just felt
feel it.
Like
yeah.
pain is when they stick a needle through your cartilage.
Yeah.
To get a really cute earring.
Yeah.
that was pain. This is not pain at all.
No. It's just stimulating.
Yeah, it actually feels kind of weirdly good.
It's relaxing, no?
Yeah. Ooh, wow.
Yeah. So like when you like massage your ear, it's instantly relaxing. So this is like a deeper stimulation. So a lot of people just kind of like zone out and kind of fall asleep and relax when we do this.
No, it's I mean, maybe it's psychosomatic, but I swear I could kind of feel like a, ooh,
You know? Your words might start to mumble and kind
it's
of.
like I've had a couple of glasses of wine. Hello. No, yeah, that's.
You like it?
I like it.
So there's another thing we also do is they're called ear seeds, and they're 24 karat gold. They're plated, and they're stickers, and they look really pretty, and we stick them on, and you can have them on for up to a week. So there's treatments like that too for people on the go. They just come in, we do like a quick little session, and in 15 minutes they're out, and they kind of have like a week's worth of stimulation and relaxation.
No, seriously, I can feel it.
Yeah,
I can feel
I
something
can see
happening.
that.
Something's happening.
Your eyes are getting kind of glossy and relaxed.
Wow, so this is what you do for people all day long.
Yeah.
This is an amazing thing.
Thank you.
How did you come to be an acupuncturist?
So the process, so like I said, I definitely wanted to be in medicine, but when I was pre-med, I was just kind of dreading it, and I didn't enjoy it. I liked the pathophysiology and the biology behind everything, but the whole mindset together just kind of, I didn't agree with it. At the same time, I got this offer. My mom's a nurse, and somebody asked her if I would work at their integrative clinic with them, kind of to get things running. And there was everything offered for rehab, so all like holistic based. So there was Reiki and massage and acupuncture, yoga, Pilates, physical therapy, all together to like rehabilitate patients. And I was there, and I was observing the acupuncturist. So I was there for 3 years, and the way people would leave from the acupuncturist,
Looking like this?
it was just mind-blowing. Literally people limping and walking out straight.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it, especially because I had such a phobia of needles. So I decided to give it a try because I had this constant nausea at that point after traveling from India, and I came back home. I had this nausea for months, and 3 sessions it was gone.
That is amazing.
And I was sold, and that's
Wow.
it. I jumped in and I applied for the school, and they were like, "You're too young." I had all the credits, I had everything, but they're like, "This is usually like such a wise medicine. You're kind of young." I think I was like 20, and I was like, "Just give me a semester, let me try it." So they did, and nobody ever looked back.
And here you are.
Yeah.
And now you've built that into V Healing.
Yes.
Explain the name.
Okay,
V.
so V is life, and healing, obviously, we want a whole lifestyle of change and healing. So through the process of acupuncture and wellness, medical wellness, we also created like a ritual-based wellness line to kind of create this internal balance. So we have teas and supplements that are adaptogen-based. We have kind of like a bath cleansing ritual also line, which is handmade Turkish soaps. There's a nettle soap, a clay soap, a Turkish coffee soap. And we have
Coffee?
yeah, Turkish coffee. It's stimulating, invigorates the cells, kind of to wake you up. And we have bath salts that are infused with herbs like lavender and orange peel and rose hips. Again, for depending on what you're going for. One is energizing, one's relaxing, one's to stimulate the body for happiness. And we have towels. We have a whole product line at this point that to encourage wellness, and we keep our price points low, so that anyone can enjoy it and actually feel the luxury of healing and wellness and not have to feel like they can't afford it.
And even though you're based in Beverly Hills, I know you ship everywhere.
We ship everywhere, yeah, and we work with everyone, and we work with insurance, and we're opening our second location on Melrose, on La Cienega and Melrose in about a couple weeks. So we're so excited to offer that. Thank you. Thank you so
wonderful.
much. Yeah, I can't wait to have you there.
I can't wait to be there. So what do you think the number one complaint that you see people come in with? What is something that you see more than anything else in this day and age, in this stressful, crazy world we're living in right now?
So I think it's a pretty close tie between pain and anxiety. Yeah, I think every other patient is either a pain patient or an anxiety patient. And then between it, we see infertility, which stems from anxiety and, nervousness and stress. And there's so much autoimmune diseases, eating disorders, all of them based from the same thing. The nervous system is just out of balance. And
well, I love that you're kind of on the medical side of what I do as a psychoanalyst, because I look at whatever's going on that's problematic, and I treat eating disorders.
Yeah.
It's a symptom of the problem, even though people think it's the problem. It's not.
No.
So we look at, well, what's the psychological root that, I think a needle just fell down my shirt.
Oh, well. Yeah, that happens when I'll take it out for you.
So looking at, well, what is causing this behavior, as opposed to this behavior needs to stop. So what I love about what you do is that that's what you do. You look at what in the body is going on that's causing the symptom.
Yeah, so when the nervous system is affected, blood flow is affected. And when blood flow is affected, a couple things can happen. You either become deficient and weak, or the blood starts coagulating and getting stagnated because it's just stress and tense and things can't move when we're holding tight. So that creates inflammation and stress, the stagnation, because there's buildup. I like to look at it, imagine it, explain it like, okay, there's a highway and there's traffic, and then there's a traffic jam. What happens before the jam and after the jam? You have inflammation and stagnation before the jam, and you have deficiency after the jam. There's no cars there. So when that blood doesn't flow well, our emotions get stuck. And like I said before, we hold our emotions in our blood. So that says a lot. So if we can get free-flowing blood in the body, a lot of things start feeling better.
Yeah. What's your favorite part of what you do?
Connecting with my patients.
Do you want to think about that a little bit?
No, I mean, I honestly, going to work every day I never know where the day's going to take me. I never know what type of conversations I'm going to get into, and getting close to people, talking to them, and creating change in their lives that they want. I'm all about it, and I enjoy it so much.
Yeah, it's very gratifying to see people just sort of bloom into their own lives.
Yeah,
and
it's
to know
incredible.
That you're a part of it is really selfishly gratifying, but it's beautiful.
It is, and that's what keeps me going, and patients, when they come in, they kind of keep it as a lifestyle, which I always tell them, we go to the gym regularly. This is a workout for your nervous system. So literally they come weekly, twice a week. So everyone becomes family in our office, and we really love each other. Oh,
I want to go. That sounds great. What about, someone was telling me that you could actually do, and this may be a little bit different than what
Sure.
you do, but you could actually do like a facelift
Oh, yeah.
through acupuncture.
Oh, we do it.
Really?
Yeah, we do it. So we do, it's called the acupuncture lunchtime facelift, where we use 100 microneedles all around the face, kind of to stimulate collagen and elastin from internally. It's like a deep, what is it called?
Derma rolling?
Yeah, the derma rolling, but this is more specific and located, and it stays on the face for 20, 30 minutes. So the elastin and collagen production is greater because the intensity is stronger. And then before and after, we jade roll, and we use special oils and lotions kind of to stimulate the skin. And yeah,
What's
you leave
jade
with a little
rolling?
bit. So what happens is when we needle, you get a rush of heat, right? And that's because the blood is flowing and things are moving. So after, we want to cool the face down. So a jade roller, literally it's made from jade, and it's very cooling in nature. If like imagine holding a jade stone.
Right, it's always cold. Yeah.
Yeah, so the pores are open, and the cooling energy of the jade kind of seeps through and kind of constricts and relaxes the muscles at that point from the heat exposure and the opening of the pores. Everything closes down, so when you leave the office, you can't, you don't get dirty again, and your face is kind of, the pores are closed, so.
Okay, so acupuncture can heal you when you're ill.
Yeah.
And I remember my mom had a friend who woke up one day and had such terrible back pain.
Oh, yeah,
that
back
she couldn't function. And she went everywhere. She went to Stanford. She went to all the big back pain specialists.
Yeah.
And they said, well, you need to have an operation.
Oh, yeah.
And then she went to, after something like 8 months of pain and nothing was helping, and she thought, well, I'm going to have that operation. And told her, get acupuncture.
Just try it.
Just try it. It's better than an operation. Like, what do you have to lose?
Yeah.
And she was the next day fine again.
Yeah.
Like in one session,
Yeah.
Months and months and months of back pain. So, which was incredible.
And
so,
it's like, why? Why is that?
Yeah,
what
why is
happens?
that?
So from the time we're little and we start crawling, it's called the cross crawl technique. We have nerve connections from deep-rooted nerve connections from left to right and right to left that kind of meet at certain points of the body. So when we stimulate these points, these nervous connections get stimulated again, and blood starts flowing and rushing. Nothing can stimulate the body like a foreign object invading it.
Right.
And as much as that sounds bad, it's good for you,
Right.
right? So we get that internal blood flow going, and it's really hard to get that any other way.
All right, so it can cure back pain, it can cure illness, it can
Yeah.
cure anxiety, it can make you younger. What's left? Weight loss. What about weight
very
loss?
godly. No, I'm kidding.
Weight loss is not so godly, but
No.
I'm going to ask you anyway.
So with weight loss, I like to say that with weight loss, it's a lifestyle change too. Just like it is with back pain and everything like that also. But with weight loss, it takes more effort on the patient's part, because when they leave the office, they're in charge. You know
Right.
what I mean? So yes, we put them on a specific Eastern nutrition plan, which is very different than Western nutrition. We see what they eat, how they eat, what time they eat, what foods they combine. So just to give like a little quick scope, when you go to a Japanese restaurant and for sushi, you have the sushi, which is raw and cold. And then you have wasabi and miso soup and ginger, which are warming in nature. So the warm and the cold balance out. But sometimes, like these days, people are just consuming a lot of cold.
Right.
And that shuts down the nervous system. So they have raw juices and shakes and salads, and that's all they're consuming. And yeah, you lose weight, but then you kind of plateau. And it's not really good for longevity. Of course, calorie restriction will make you lose weight, but initially, but that doesn't help us when we're older, and kind of breaks down our body. So we age faster, organs start shutting down quicker, and
So people should start the day perhaps with one of your teas.
Oh yeah, we always recommend that. Teas and warm foods is key, and kind of putting the caffeine in coffee for later in the day, especially after a big meal. Also in the morning, we finally build up the proper hydration in our body overnight, and the first thing we do is drink coffee. What
Right.
happens there is
Guilty.
coffee removes the water from the intestines, and because it's a diuretic, and takes it to the urinary bladder for release. So already your intestines are dry.
See here, I was thinking, great, you know what? Coffee's hot.
Yeah.
I wake up, I drink
Yeah.
coffee, I'm doing everything right.
Yeah, but you don't want to have a diuretic. No.
Oh,
Yeah.
darn.
You can have a little bit of caffeine, like with matcha or tea, but the fact that coffee is a diuretic kind of drains you. And it makes
heartbroken.
cortisol release from early on in the day and adrenal fatigue. And so I'm all about coffee, obsessed with coffee, but after a
But
big
not
meal.
first thing. Okay.
Not first thing.
This has been so informative.
Thank
you
you.
so much. And I know that a couple of my needles have fell
Fallen
out.
out, yeah.
I think one of them is
3. You have 3 there.
I still have 3
Yeah.
in. So
How do you feel?
I feel great. I feel great.
Yeah?
Thank you so much for. Can you take them?
Do you want me to take them out here?
Yeah, take them
For
out.
sure. We could definitely take them out. Perfect.
Thank you, Mona.
Thank you.
so
Let me
much
just
for
put these
sticking
here.
needles in my ear. I
You're
feel so
welcome.
awesome. Thank you. And that's our show for today. This is Dr. Nina Savell Rocklin here on Focus TV Network. Join me for the best in experts on health and wellness, from everything from acupuncture to working out and everything that you need to live your best life. See you next time.
Bye.
Beautiful. Stay there for a
you.
second. Did you ask her about her med spas and everything else? Do you want to talk about that? Did you ask specifically?
Do you want me to? I mean,
Do you want to?
I can ask you
I
about
can always-
your, yeah.
Because,
She
like,
talked
she's an
about it.
owner and everything else. I mean,
Yeah.
What else do they have there? Did you talk about what's there?
we didn't talk about
We
it,
didn't.
but we can.
Right.
I can. Okay.
If you were just the acupuncture, then I wouldn't care so much. But since you own
Right.
the place,
Thank
then,
you.
And then you got the one coming up. So I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take the question. I'm gonna insert it. So go ahead and get back into frame there in that side frame.
Am I me?
Yeah, just get back into that frame. You know where. Between
Oh,
the
right
two.
here.
Yep, something like that. And then.
Oh my gosh, what?
Change the camera angle.
There we
and
go.
then-
I'm like, what was
Yeah, I should have asked you, like, okay, so what do you do with these? You know,
Yeah.
is it just
you
what's
can ask them
available
now.
there?
yes,
Um,
yes. So you have
and,
2 locations.
Right, so stand by, stand by, stand by. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Take it from
That was fun.
here.
Oh, I really do feel like
It's such
ooh,
a good feeling. I know.
I could feel it. Like I could actually
Yeah.
feel it.
Yeah.
Sherman Oaks would be an excellent place for
I
you to
know.
open.
I know.
Exhausted. So go ahead and just ask her the question. flat
Okay.
out.
So Mona, you are opening your second place now. You do more than acupuncture there, right? You
Yes.
call it. It's more of a med spa.
It is. It's like a wellness spa. So we do have a medical aspect to it where we have, we're going to have somebody come in a couple times a month to do like fillers and Botox and kind of for rejuvenation. We call it the refresh. And we also have, somebody coming in with the face bar to give us express facials, which that's one aspect of it. And we do intuitive body work like Reiki and EFT tapping. And as far as the Chinese medicine side, we offer massage, we offer cupping, which is very popular these days. People love it. And we do moxibustion, which is a warming technique that's based in Chinese medicine. And we have the Eastern nutrition counseling. So we do that, and with the massage, we also offer different add-ons like the facial rolling with the jade. We have like a whole menu of services to offer.
Oh, I think I want to just move there. It sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
You could have tea in the morning, and then you
Oh,
could
we're
get
gonna
your-
have our teas there served. We're gonna have a little. We call it the wellness of all the products that we recommend.
And don't you have some new products coming out?
Yes, we do.
Tell us about those.
Sure. So we have the Turkish handmade soaps from artisans in Turkey. We have the coffee, the nettle, and the clay, again to stimulate the body, relax the nervous system, detoxify. And we have the bath salts. We have candles and towels, Turkish bath towels. So bringing luxury home and ending the night feeling super refreshed and calm and regenerated. So when you wake up the next day, you're ready to go.
Mona, you are doing a good thing for the world. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. That's good.
He's good?
All right.
Okay.
Awesome.
Just gonna grab, one of them fell on your shirt.